So today we have a very special episode of Common Sense Mamita. Today I want to talk about sexual assault. I have so many emotions that please bear with me because I didn't script this to I want it to be authentic. I want you to hear what's coming from my heart. And so I've been very upset about this whole campaign between Hillary and the Orange Man, especially the last debate, the second debate, at how creepy this guy has been and what a punk ass bitch he is by bringing women who got into some kind of thing with Bill Clinton, whether he sexually assaulted them or there was some kind of sexual thing going on, whatever was going on, that happened in the 90s. That took place in the 90s. That has nothing to do with Hillary today. She was victimized by all that kind of crap. She was humiliated. She was shamed. And now he brings it back to her backyard. It's terrible. People have been attacking her because she's a woman. I mean, there's a double standard going on, first of all, in this nation. There is a woman who is running for the highest office in America. And there's such slander, such attack, such hatred. And for some reason, I've been taking it so personal. And this weekend, when they had a video of the Orange Man talking about grabbing people's pussies, and I am saying what he said, it offended me to no end. Not because I've heard worse stuff than that, but because they keep letting this creep get away with this type of behavior and they keep explaining it. Yet we have to keep hearing about Hillary's emails. It's like it's a done deal, move on. But no, we keep having to rehash, and I keep thinking, would they do this to a man? No. And I'm so upset because there are men, and I've met them, who think that they can get away with that because they're the producer or they're the guy in charge, that they can sexually assault people, men and women. And when I was in my 20s, I did a film called Stand and Deliver, and the producer on the set was one of those creeps, and I had to deal with him. I was on the set one day waiting for them to change sets so we could shoot, and he just, in the middle of the set, he just walked up to me and kissed me in my mouth. And everybody on set is looking at me like, is there something going on with you guys? I didn't even know this guy. And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. And then it just got worse and worse and worse because I was being asked to sign blank timesheets. So I didn't get my overtime. And when I went to my agent and said, hey, I did 17, 18-hour day shoots and it's just showing up as base pay. What is going on with that? And my agent had the nerve to tell me, don't start trouble. Just be happy you got a film. And at that age, I wanted acting. I wanted to be acting. That's what I wanted. I just wanted to be an actor. So I was in a lot of conflict about, well, don't say anything, don't do anything, you know. And then it just kind of got a little worse and worse and worse. We were setting up for the last scene, which was to take place, or the last scene of that shoot, it was to take place in a bus. They were having mechanical problems setting up the camera. And the producer, jerk that he was, came on the bus and said to the actors, as a courtesy to your fellow actors, I suggest that you forfeit any meal penalty that we may come upon so we could get this shot. Well, that had nothing to do with us. That was mechanical. It wasn't like an actor didn't know his lines or was doing whatever. And I spoke up because I don't know how to keep my mouth quiet. And then he said, well, if anybody has a problem with that. And I said, yeah, I have a problem with that. I said, I want whatever the union says I'm supposed to get. So he went in his pocket, reached in, pulled out some dollars and some change and threw it at me. Everybody on the bus went silent. Nobody said anything. Nobody said, hey, that's wrong. I'm sitting next to Eddie Olmos, who's also a producer on the bus, and he didn't say shit. He just sat there. The producer got an AD to take me off the bus, say, well, take her to the catering so she could get something to eat. And this was supposed to be a scene between me and Eddie. And they took the bus off out to wherever they were taking it and left me on set. There was no food. Catering was not ready for us. So I sat there humiliated. And for the rest of that time, until I was wrapped, nobody came up to me. Nobody said anything to me. They treated me like I had some kind of disease that was contagious. Let me tell you, that was a horrible situation. I had never experienced such horror, and I've been in some pretty bad shit, but I never experienced anything like that. I didn't know then that I had backup. I didn't know that if my agent didn't say anything and wasn't supportive, and the crew didn't say anything, and the star of the movie didn't say anything, that I could go to SAG and call my rep and say, please come and handle this. I didn't know that at the time. I know that now. I think that sexual assault or bullying or being abusive verbally or physically abusive to anybody on a work set is not acceptable ever. Making stupid remarks about grabbing people's private parts is not acceptable. It's not acceptable. And for people in this nation right now to go, oh, well, he's just talking. That's just talk. No, it's not. It is not. And for those of you Christians, let me remind you that in Genesis, the first chapter, God said, and it was. The world was created because God said the word. So we can't have it both ways. If Donald Trump is a Christian, which he says he is, then your words matter. They count. They create things. Things are conceived because we speak them into existence. You can't go to the airport and talk about bombs and say, oh, it's just a word. They will arrest you. If you talk about bombs, hijacking, anything that sets alarms off, you will get arrested. Why doesn't this orange man get arrested for his comments? He just gets excused. It's just excuses. They have excusers in charge of his campaign who come in and tell you, well, that's not what he meant. What he meant was, oh, that's not what he meant. And then to watch people coming on, other artists, to defend that bad behavior. Scott Baio was on CNN the other day talking about, well, that's how men talk, and, you know, you women should get over it. Scott Baio, let me tell you something. Fuck you, okay? That is not how you talk at all in front of women. I don't care. That's not how you do it. You need to respect the people around you. So I say to you, young women and young men, that if anybody sexually tries to assault you or manhandle you, tell somebody. Find the right person to tell. Don't wait, and don't think that somebody is gonna protect you. That is not. You either go to the police, or you go to your union rep, or you go to somebody. You go to Joey, the nose breaker, if you have to. But get it taken care of. Do not tolerate it. It took me a long time to get over that stuff that was done to me on Stand and Deliver. And I didn't get the magnification of it until, the magnitude and the magnification of it until this morning. Because I realized that this guy, I allowed him to do stuff to me because I was so afraid that my acting would get taken away from me. That the thing that I loved most, which was my acting, would get taken away from me. And in watching Hillary Clinton in the second debate stand her ground in spite of all the obstacles that went down, and to say, I am standing for what I believe in and I want to be president, that is so brave. What she did was so brave. To have 4 women in the audience who are hating you, who have accused your husband, whether he did it or not, I don't know. But to be in the room when you're trying to do your best, that is horrible. That is horrible, horrible, horrible stuff. Bill Clinton should be accountable to his actions, not Hillary. And because she spoke up about him sleeping with women and went after women, let me tell you something. I've been in cheating relationships and I have gone after those bitches, okay? I think that I am probably like most women who all bets are off. It doesn't matter what my profession is. It's a visceral thing. You're sleeping with my man. Do you understand that? That's crossing a line. It's all entangled right now, but I want you guys to just take a minute, think about it. If you are one of those people who are big Trumpites and are trumping around, if Hillary wins, we're gonna start a revolution. Think about it. Think about what you're defending. This guy is not defendable. Don't defend bad behavior from anybody. Look at how he talks about his daughter as a piece of ass. What kind of father does that? And I had a father who was a pimp. My father never said that kind of shit about me or my siblings. What's happening in this campaign is that reality TV and politics are clashing. And Donald Trump is reality TV. He's not even really a businessman. He's a cheater. He rips people off. He's not a good guy. Politicians have a way and I'm not saying Hillary is perfect. I am not. But she wants to be of service. This guy just wants to be the boss without any kind of sacrifices. He doesn't want to be accountable. He doesn't want to take care of people. He wants to just be the boss. He doesn't want to be the president because the president is not the boss. The president is the biggest servant of this nation. The president's job is to go and represent this country. I don't want him representing me. And I don't want to be in a room or on any set where there are people that think they can get away with that kind of behavior, and you shouldn't either. Protect yourself, speak up, and if you see something being done to somebody else, say something. Be courageous enough to stand up and say something for that person. You know, that's the problem. We think somebody else is going to do it. No, you do it. If you see something wrong, say something. Think about it. Think about what is going on in this nation. And I know so many of you young people, you love reality TV because it's messy and it's crazy. Well, I grew up in reality TV. The real reality TV of 111th Street and 5th Avenue in El Barrio in New York. And it's not nice. I don't like seeing people fighting. It's a horrible thing to see blood on the floor, to see people dying. It's horrible. So check yourself, protect yourself, love yourself. That's all I have for you today on Common Sense Mamita.